Hey there, and welcome to this week's Blooming podcast episode. I'm so glad you're here. If you're a woman, a strong, successful, smart, independent woman, and you find yourself always dating guys that have potential, you're dating guys that they either have all their stuff together, but they don't know how to love you. They know how to love you, but they do not have their stuff together, or they have neither, and you're just picking the guys that are just like completely unavailable in every way. This episode is for you. I'm going to explain to you why you're choosing guys with potential, and you're not choosing the guys that you really consciously, super, very intentionally want, the guys that deliver on all their promises. You know these guys, healthy, secure, masculine, they can protect, they provide, they're loving, and they're loyal. I'm gonna explain exactly why this is happening. Keep on watching. Keep on listening. I help women be more in their feminine, because when you're in a relationship, being in your feminine is the polarity that a relationship needs. A healthy relationship has a woman in her feminine and his masculine. It's this beautiful polarity that lets a man lead and allows a woman to follow. She's with the man she respects. He's with the woman she loves. And there's this beautiful push-pull tennis, back and forth, beautiful balance of the masculine and the feminine. The man can lead and she follows. And there's this beautiful, I know people don't like the word submission. I don't care. I use it because it's biblical, but it's just about following. It's not about dominance and power and losing control. That's not what that means. Okay. It's a very, very beautiful surrender, because it's like, babe, take the wheel. You got this, right? The part about that is that people don't talk about is, and I guess people are talking about it now, is that the ability for a woman to let go and allow a man to lead and not control. When what my clients are, if you're listening to this, you're somebody who has a lot of control in your life. You are running things. You have a business, you have a career, you have clients, you're managing businesses. I have so many of my clients are CEOs, they're top executives, they're C-suites, they're administrators, MBAs, really educated women or entrepreneurs like me. And you guys have teams and you guys have clients that you lead. And so you guys are, and children, right? So you guys are really used to being in control. The beauty about that is that worked for you. The reason you're very successful is because you learned to be very independent and get things done. There's a market of women, you guys, just so you know. Most of my clients are the successful women, so I don't have to say this, but there are women who aren't successful. They don't go after what they want. They're very, very passive and not in a healthy way. Okay. And their life doesn't look the way they want. They don't go after what they want. They don't speak up for what they want. They don't know what they want. It's a very different type of woman. Those are what I call the hiders. And I work with women that I call the hustlers. This is a more shut down person, scared. And my client is more of an anxiety-driven person, still scared, low-key, doesn't really know it, but there's fear there, yeah? And so my client, you listening, yeah? You're used to getting things done by your planning, your strategy, your thinking, your organizing. It's really good, right? It got you through life. You had a childhood where life wasn't very stable and secure, so you had to do this really early on. And so it works. And so it's become what psychologists and what I use with my clients, it's called a schema. It's a mental model of the world. If this happens, I have to do this so that this happens. So the scared masculine girl that I work with, your guys' story is, if I want to get things done, I have to do it myself so that I can be safe and I can get love. Yeah. And it's a very beautiful mental model. The only thing is that when you bring that into your relationships, they don't work. Because in relationships, the beautiful polarity of the masculine and the feminine, this is a place where you actually go to receive. And a lot of women don't know that. A lot of women think that it's a place where you go to get to be happy, to get to please a man, to give a lot, and although there is a portion of that, of this giving, but I'll explain what that means. It's a very different mindset. It's the feminine serves, and she serves with her presence, with just like her being there is really, really transformational. Just her I hate the words. I don't like using airy fairy words, but just her essence, just her energy, just her vibe is calming and supportive, and it's really dope to a man. And a lot of us want that, but we haven't been able to do that because we have too much masculine energy. Yeah. And so relationships are a struggle because you're typically trying to take charge in the relationship. And when we do that, your man doesn't feel like he has a place, and he doesn't feel needed. He feels, when a woman gives too much in a relationship, when she's too in control, when she's too in her head and she's in the planning masculine head and not in her body and her feelings, it's way too, it feels competitive to a man. And he views you, not consciously, subconsciously, as a competitor versus a companion. This is a problem. Why? Because when you guys should be partners, you guys are going to war subconsciously, your subconscious parts. Yeah. And so he doesn't feel like he has this place. He doesn't feel needed. He wants to love you and serve you and give to you. You say, I got it. I don't need it. That's not the dynamic of a healthy relationship. Healthy, secure, romantic relationships that thrive, that feel really good, that feel really safe, that there's a lot of trust, a lot of fun, a lot of attraction, a lot of connection, and that last, because let's be honest, that is the how you know if you have a healthy relationship. It lasts. If you guys break up, it didn't work, right? The relationship is not there anymore. A good relationship lasts, and it's deep. It's not surface. It's wonderful, right? And the other word that I always use to define a healthy relationship is it's transformational instead of transactional. So a transactional relationship is like business, right? I go to work and you pay me a paycheck, right? You get work and profit, and I get income and a security of a job every 2 weeks, right? You get paid every 2 weeks. And that's transactional relationships are horrible. You feel used. You feel like a tool. You feel objectified. And women, that is the last thing you can feel in a relationship. Objectification is the complete opposite of care, of being seen, of being loved for who you are. You're just seen as something that gets used. Think of like porn, right? Or like a lot of men in other countries, this very dominant, misogynistic view is very, they objectify women, and they see you more as just like a tool, like for pleasure. And it's the sex and all that, and all this other stuff that really, takes play in their mind. And this is one of the 3 types of men that I'm going to talk about. So this dynamic that you really want, the beautiful flow of a masculine man that takes care of you and loves you and treats you like a queen, and you be able to love and respect him and just like edify him and encourage him, right? It's this ability to be with each other, and you be in your feminine when you're with him, and be in your confident masculine when you're not. And this is the dynamic that I've been seeing with all my clients. When you're not able to feel confident when you're single, or confident when you guys are apart, when you guys separate, when he's doing his thing and you're doing yours, this is proof. I want you to see that this is proof of your inability to have safety and security in your own system, in your own person. Think about it like you're scared. Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, are things gonna fall apart because I don't know how to take care of myself? It's a lack of self-trust and self-confidence. And you need to be able to have that when you're in a relationship, and you need to be able to have that when you're single. Why? Because if you don't have that full sense of security and love when you are fully single and you're walking around this world, I trust the world. The world is so safe. People are so safe. Relationships are so great, but I am so good by myself, alone. If you do not feel that way, you have what many people would call, and I don't like diving too much into attachment styles, but you have more anxious attachment or disorganized attachment. This inability to be, you feel the story in your mind is, I need a man, I need someone to be with. He completes me. The only way that I feel safe is if I'm with you. And the way that I get you is by going after you and chasing you and getting you. Then there's the opposite, which is like the more avoidant, which is the way that I feel good in a relationship is if I'm not with you because you're going to hurt me and relationships aren't safe. Most my clients that are strong, independent, successful, smart women, you guys are really, really good in life when you guys are in control. But the moment there's a need for, when there's a man in the picture, we fall apart a little bit. Yeah. You don't recognize yourself. And listen, I was like this my entire life. And now I've made it my mission to help women be able to attract these masculine men. But the only way that you attract these masculine men that are respectful, kind, loving, protectors, providers, those are securely attached people. They're not anxious. They're not avoidant. They're very, very secure in themselves. They have a full cup. Yeah. And you need to have a full cup. If you don't have a full cup, you don't attract them. Why? Most securely attached people are already in relationships. And when they're in relationships, because they're really good at relationships, they stay in them. So we don't find them. So it leaves us with this world of a lot of anxious and avoidant dynamic relationships all over the world. And relationships feel really crappy because it's just an automatic, we just always attract each other, the anxious and the avoidant, okay? Some form of insecure attachment, right? You guys are both really codependent, you guys are both really anxious, that still isn't good. Or you're anxious and he's avoidant and that isn't good either, right? Then there's a completely emotionally unavailable guy that's doesn't want to be there, is like completely like doesn't know how to be in a relationship at all. So all my clients are like, all I need is a man. Like I have everything I want. I have my house, I have my career, I have, some of you guys have children. I have the clothes, the body, the health, I have everything. Why is it that when I'm with guys, I kind of fall apart? I'm not getting them. And so the more I've been talking to a lot of you wonderful women in my one-on-one coaching, and then just in communication now with the podcast and all over TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, I've been talking to you guys and I've been noticing that you guys all have this one thing in common. Here's what I thought. My clients need to learn how to attract guys because they don't know how to attract guys. And so I'm like, the feminine attraction system, it's going to teach a process that secure people that are securely attached, the way that they date. And they date people in what's called slow burn. It's a slow love. Anxious people, my clients, you guys speed things up too fast, okay? And you don't choose well. My secure people, my clients, after I'm done working with them, they're able to date very slow. And when you date slow, you're able to consciously choose a partner. When you're in anxious attachment, you date really fast, you move things too fast, and you subconsciously attach to guys. This subconsciously attaching is very different than consciously connecting to guys, consciously choosing guys, okay? I'm gonna explain the difference. But you end up never attracting these strong guys. You're like, I know exactly what I want. I want someone that's just like me, but I attract guys that are the complete opposite of me. I end up choosing these guys, or the ones that are really great for me, I push them away. There's something has got to be wrong, okay? So I started looking around and talking to these women and noticing my clients don't have a problem. You guys don't have a problem attracting guys. Are you kidding? You guys are a catch. Like, you guys are hot. You guys are so, like, men see you guys and they're like running towards you, right? Dating apps everywhere. You beautiful ladies attract guys. Your problem is you guys are like picking the potentials and not choosing the men that have full promise, okay? These guys are, maybe in the future they'll be great. These guys they are great right now, and you let them go. You don't choose them. They feel boring to you, or you push them away. What you end up getting are the guys that are aloof and not available, or you get the guys that are totally available, but they don't have their stuff together, okay? So I'm gonna explain why this is happening. This is happening because, and you guys know the dynamic, it's very common, right? You meet the guy, he feels great. You're like, oh my God, there's something about him. We have chemistry. He has so many things like that I like about him, and he's paying attention to me, he's into me. Like, he's great, right? And it moves fast. It's fast, it feels good, and it feels right. This is what's very deceiving about these guys. When a man is there and pays attention to you, because this is like the missing piece in your life. How great, right? You're like, this is all I need is a guy. Everything else is great. Like, I just need this guy. So you're more susceptible to fall for these potentials. And these potentials, they use 3 different things. They show up in 3 different ways. And you're easily susceptible to their methods of being. Again, these guys, they're not doing it consciously. I want you guys to give these guys a break. Here's why. None of us do this consciously. Would you be picking a guy with potential on purpose? No, you wouldn't. You would not be wasting your time. You're you just wouldn't do that. Nobody would. Nobody's going to waste their time on somebody who's going to break their heart or treat them bad, right? Or isn't capable of loving them the way they want to be loved. No, you want the secure guy that's available, that wants to love you, that knows how to date you properly, that has boundaries, that has vision, that is loving, he will commit, he wants marriage. But instead you get this guy. But when you're at a deficit and you're hungry, when a guy pays attention to you or you see certain things in a guy, you're like, this is him. So let me explain what these three guys are. These guys use this subconscious way of being, and they get you with chemistry, they get you with compliments, and they get you with comfort. So let's explain the first one. The first one is chemistry. We all know this guy has things on your list. Like he's like the stats guy, okay? Tall, dark, handsome, Latino. Let's just say like this is your tall, dark, handsome, has a great job, maybe has some of the values that you really look for. If you're an educated woman, he's educated. If you're in corporate America, he's in the C-suite. He's an executive like you. If you are an entrepreneur, he's an entrepreneur like you, right? He has the car, the house. Maybe if you're Christian, oh my God, he loves Jesus, right? So you are just like, he has so many of these stats. And these stats to you in your brain, they signify, oh my gosh, if I'm with this kind of guy, then there's for sure it's gonna work. And what it does is it makes you believe that if you get a guy with the stats on your like ideal man list, there's a pretty sure chance of security. Like you've secured a guy like this, your relationship's going to work. So you feel very secure. You get turned on by the security of the potential of what this guy means to you. And that's why you get very attracted to him. Okay. And you attach to him. You don't realize it, but you see the stats and you're like, this is my husband. Okay. And you go fast. You end up with this guy, he knows his stuff. He knows he has his stuff together. So he's more chill, but you end up going towards him and you get really anxious. So you go towards him and it pushes him away. He ends up getting turned off. Again, it's at first he's there because he's like, oh, you look great. But then you get very needy and he's like, whoa, what happened to like the secure woman that I met? Like it surprises him. So with this guy, even though he's great, you end up not getting him because you want that false sense of security that you feel with him. You end up doing too much and then you push him away. Okay. But here's what's going on with this guy. This guy has all the stats and he has all the things, but he doesn't know how to be with a woman. He's still not mature. He has a false sense of security too. He doesn't have secure attachment. The reason he has all his stats, all his stuff in line is because he knows that they get women. He knows that if he has a car and a house and a career and has the things that like on the list, he knows he's going to get you. So he wants you. He wants a woman. He is willing to be with a woman, but he's not able. He doesn't have the emotional availability, okay? He doesn't have the skills to do it. So he has all his ducks in a row and he could, so he has potential to do it, but he doesn't because he doesn't know how to connect with a woman, really. He doesn't know how to give love. He just has security. He doesn't have love, okay? Next guy with compliments. This guy gets you with all the love and the attention and the affection. And girl, this is the guy that I would date. Because I already have all my stuff together, right? I was like, I just want love. And I would forego the guy with all the stats because I'm like, I already have all that. It doesn't matter. I just want love, right? I don't even need anything else. No, that's a lie. You get to have all of it, okay? So this guy gets you because he is attention, flattery, affirmation, connection. He gives you all the love. Why? Because that's really all he has to give. He doesn't have his stuff together yet. So you think, right? You're like, he just has he's working on his business. When he moves out of his mom's house, when he doesn't have roommate, whatever it is, you notice that he draws you in with love. So because you're, again, missing love, the love feels so good and you're like, oh my gosh, it feels good. And you're like, this finally a man that knows what he wants and he says it and he's not afraid. Like he's not afraid like this, like the other guy, right? Like the chemistry guy and you're attracted to. This guy actually says it. So you start telling yourself, this is the guy. Again, it's fast. It feels good. It feels right. And you go really fast. He moves really fast too. So you guys are both moving really fast together. And in time, once you get to know him more, you start seeing all the things that he's missing. You're like, he has love, but he doesn't give security. The first one has security, doesn't have love. This guy has love, doesn't bring security. So you're like, oh my gosh, why can't I get him? But because the love felt so good, and now you've been with him for a while, you guys moved fast, you met his friends and family. Now you're like stuck because you're like, we moved all fast, we look crazy. So you stay, okay? So, and then the last one, the guy with comfort. Why do we choose him? We choose him, we're susceptible to comfort. This guy is, this one I want you to think of is comfort feels familiar. Familiar is familial. The comfort that you feel with him is because he feels and reminds you of one of your parents from childhood that didn't have the availability, that there was chaos there. They took away love, they gave love, they just were not available emotionally. And so they remind you of one of your parents, okay? And it's that chaotic love that you never really got. And because you remember that dynamic, it doesn't feel calm. It's not a good love. You just choose this person out of autopilot because this is what you've been programmed to think, that this is what love looks like because of your childhood. You do not want this person, but this guy you may attract out of subconscious, your body just really goes to him. And this can be this can be the guy that maybe the one that you always get. Like, he is not ready, he is not available, he has no security, he doesn't have love, and he does not have the capability to be in a relationship. He doesn't want it. He's not ready, willing, or able, okay? This one's really frustrating because these guys cheat, they're abusive, maybe they're absent, you're choosing a guy in jail or a long distance relationship. These are narcissists. These are really, really bad guys. Cheater, liars, bad, yeah? But they're the dynamic, and a lot of people say, I dated my mom, I dated my dad. That's this person, okay? And it doesn't work. You guys are more chaos than anything. But you stay because your brain, your body's always like, oh, if I just get him to love me, then I'll be okay. But it's that part of you that wants to fix mom or dad, okay? Doesn't work, does not work. So this guy, you choose him out of comfort. Subconsciously, your body just literally just goes to him. What I want you to see with all three of these is that you choose all these guys out of attachment, subconscious attachment. What is attachment? Subconscious attachment it comes from a place of need. It's based in fear. It's subconscious autopilot behavior, and it comes from a place of scarcity and lack. These four things that are really, really important for you to remember, okay? It's based out of fear, like, oh, I need this. It's like, I need it. Not I want it, I need it. Fear. If I don't have this, then I'm not good enough. If I don't have this, then I'm not going to be secure. I won't be loved, okay? So it's based out of fear. You choose them not from your conscious mind. It's your subconscious emotions. This is emotion driven. This is memory driven from your past, okay? This is your type now. It's a habit. And it's done from a place of scarcity and lack. I don't have enough. I am not enough. I don't have love. I need it. I need security, or I need love. And this is the man that's going to give it to me. So I got to latch on. These guys never work out. They never fully love you. They never fully provide safety and love that you need from a relationship. Or it's like nothing at all. It's like the chaos from your past, right? Why do we choose guys like this? It's just because of your programming. It's a habit now. It's your subconscious lack. So because you weren't loved with mom or dad fully, not intentionally, we never want to throw mom and dad under the bus. I want to make it very clear, because you're feeling that sense of lack of security in yourself, sense of love for yourself, because you have an empty cup. You don't realize this. No one walks around saying, I don't have a sense of love and I don't have a sense of security. You look like you're secure and you love yourself. You take care of yourself. You have a home, you have a job, you pay your bills, you're successful. You have all these things. But deep down inside, you don't like being alone. You're scared to be in a relationship. You have like a very you want a relationship, but it's hard, right? Or you don't fully love yourself. And so when someone loves you, you're like, oh, this is what it feels like. This feels great. You seek love externally. It's not coming internally. Okay. You didn't get that full sense of love. That need wasn't met as a child. And so now the only place that you've been able to get it is externally from men. Okay. So this is hard. This is terrible. Why? Because love and security, you should never depend and seek somebody for love and security. Why? This needs to come from you, because what if they're gone? Now you fall apart. There are people who are in a relationship and they only choose them because they love me, they make me feel secure, there's money, there's safety, there's whatever, right? And then you grab onto them because you don't have it on your own. And when they leave, women fall apart. You know how many clients I've coached that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s? They get a divorce and they do not know how to take care of themselves. Why? Because they've never really had a true sense of safety, of security, of love. They can't do it for themselves. They don't feel that way for themselves. They always need it from somebody. From money, from a job, from a title, from followers, but more specifically from a man, okay? Because we always seek it from a partner when we're insecurely attached. And so how do we solve this? How do we stop attaching to guys, right? You need to securely attach to yourself, fully love yourself, fully find security in yourself. And when you do that, you will then have secure attachment. You'll feel very, very full. Your cup is full. You don't need a guy. You literally feel like, I can honestly say, ladies, that I do not feel like I need a man. If God told me right now, Anabell, you'll never have a husband, I would say, if that's your will, I love you. Let's go. I'm going to work and take care of my daughters and probably get a puppy. I would be completely content with it. Why? Because I have full love and security in myself. I can provide for myself. I trust myself. I affirm myself. I tell myself that I'm worthy. I feel self-assurance. I feel self-confidence. I feel a lot of certainty and security by myself. I provide for myself. I don't need anything to love me other than what? Jesus. That's it. Jesus is enough for me. And because I feel fully, I want you to think of my cup is completely full and overflowing. All of my relationships in my life, friendships and men, my clients, my business, everything that comes into my life is done out of just because I want to do it. I don't need anybody. Attaching is need. Oh my God, I need them. If I'm going to fall apart if I don't have them. I need them. When you need somebody, when you feel like you need them, think of it like you're starving. And the moment someone pays attention, you're so hungry that you'll take it. Imagine being starving. Have you guys ever been hungry? I work by myself. And whenever I'm working at my desk and I'm hungry, my stomach starts growling because I fast till about 12 or 1. And so my stomach starts growling. That's normal. Our bodies are hungry. It starts looking for food, right? But once you get to a point of starvation, once my body gets to, it's about noon, which is normal because it's been like 16 hours since I've eaten, right? 16 hours. My body's like, and all I could think of, I keep on getting ideas of food, feed me. And I can't even focus. I'm like, oh, okay, I need to eat now. So I stop and then I eat. When you are starving from love, all you think about is like, a man. I want a relationship. I need a boyfriend. Go on Hinge, open the app, dating apps, guys, Instagram. Where is he? Where's my ex-boyfriend? All you could think about is food because your body feels like it needs love for survival. We do need connection, guys, in order to survive. You need it. But I want you to know that you have a God-sized hole in your heart. And when you meet it, when it gets met by your Savior, by accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you feel very secure. But then there's other ways that you can do it with people, okay? But I want you to know that if you accept Lord and Jesus as your Lord and Savior and make him number one in your life, you're healed forever, okay? And you literally have a relationship with your Father. I am completely secure. But when you don't have that, when you don't have security by yourself, let me give you guys an example. I could not be by myself ever. Especially I have a twin sister, so I think I've shared this before. I used to think that I'd get scared to be by myself because I'm a twin. Oh, it's just because I'm a twin. No. It wasn't because I was a twin. I was deeply insecure, not secure in myself. I had no self-love. So the moment, when she got engaged and she moved in with her boyfriend, her fiance, I was distraught. I hated him. I was like, I couldn't even be happy for them because I wanted her with me. I felt like she abandoned me. I hated her and I hated him. And then I got over it for a while. After a while, but I could not be alone. You guys, I used to drink a bottle of wine every single night to deal with being by myself. I could not be alone. always text the guys, had all my guys in my phone that I would call and text and communicate with them. And if no one answered, oh my gosh, alcohol. Like I needed to drink. It was so painful. And when you're needy, you will choose anything that pays attention to, you will grab onto it. You don't have a standard. When you're hungry, saltine crackers feel like a steak, right? If you go 2 days without eating and someone says, here's a pack of saltines, you will think that they just gave you a freaking steak from Fleming's, right? So I want you to think of yourself as you have, like, for lack of a better term, you're starving for love and security, safety. And the way you've been looking for it and getting it is through men. And the moment you find a man that has security, like stats, or he loves you, gives you compliments, affection, attention, quality time, you grab onto it and you move too fast. You go fast. You chase him or he chases you. This is why I call these guys chasers. You either become the chaser or he chases you. And it is really unhealthy. Why? Because you don't even know a person. You don't know them. You start having sex. You let him into your life. When you have sex, you trust. I've talked about this before. Your brain goes offline. You're not thinking. You're not looking at him and judging him with your conscious mind. You're not using your brain. You need it to learn, to judge, and to make decisions. That's not there anymore when you move really fast with a guy. And then your alarm system goes offline because now you've had sex. Now you're bonded to him. Now you trust him. When you have sex, you bond. Your body's like, this is a friend. He's not a foe. I don't have to look out for him. I don't have to see red flags. Nothing's red flags anymore. You might think of the first guy and say, Annabelle, but the first guy, he doesn't even give me that attention. Why do I trust? Why do I still go after him if I don't have sex with him? Girl, because you are playing a story in your mind over and over of this guy, Mr. Michael. Oh my gosh, imagine us together when we go to Palm Springs and when we're in a relationship, and you start telling yourself stories. Your brain doesn't know the difference, sweetie, between a story that you're replaying in your mind or that you guys are really on a date. And a lot of you guys go into fantasy world and fantasy land. Your body will still bond to him because you imagine your time with him. One of the things I tell my clients is stop imagining time with a guy that doesn't like you. You're lying to yourself, you're bonding to him emotionally, and you are creating a false sense of connection. It's not even there, right? And so with the guy that's not there, you're thinking so much that you bond. The second guy, you move fast and you have sex and everything that you bond, right? And the other guy, you want to bond. You're just trying to create something out of nothing, even though there's so much chaos. All you do is focus on the good stuff, and you disregard the chaos, the cheating, the abuse, him leaving, him not even being there. Love is enough. It's something. You take the scraps, right? And so what you need to do is instead, when you're full and you have the true sense of love. I love myself. My dad loves me. My family loves me. When you actually create that secure attachment within yourself, you feel really, really full. A partner, you choose him because he's extra. You don't need a man. You choose him because you want him. And here's one thing that I realize that a lot of my clients find issue with. I take my clients through this thing called the relationship vision, and I make them 10x their vision of a relationship. Not of a man, not the list, but how you want to feel and what you want to be, and how you want to be and what you want to do with your man. And my clients think very, very small, or they're like have crazy expectations. Either one is fine, but I notice that a lot of my clients, it feels hard to dream really big because you almost feel guilty for wanting more. You feel guilty for wanting a guy that can bring you security and love. I notice this with most they think that you think that you can only have one or the other. And I used to think this too. I used to think if I work a lot, I'm not going to get a man. So and if I make too much money, if I'm too successful, I'm not going to get a man. So let me make less money. Let me not serve women. Let me not live out God's purpose for my life. Let me not be obedient to his orders to me and not obey my heavenly Father and not work, because if I work too much, well, guy's not going to want me. Girl, no, you get to have it all. You get love and you get security. What's beautiful about this is that you get the man that you want, not the guy you need. Need is fear and small. Want is big and everything. Okay. So when you're secure, what you end up doing is you end up when you subconsciously attach and you're just on autopilot and you pick these guys, it's a habit. it's fast, it feels good, and it feels right? And you're just like going by emotions. Here, when you are fully secure, what you do is you date securely. This is what I teach in the feminine attraction system. You date with what's called a slow burn. Here, you try to turn a spark into a flame. You push it. You force outcomes. You skip steps. Here, nope. A secure woman, someone that's very securely attached in herself, she dates with time. She is very selective. She has standards. She allows space. There's stages to relationships. She understands their stages. So I teach you this feminine way of dating, secure way of dating in the feminine attraction system. I feel like I need to rename the program now because I realize like what I've been teaching in that program. And I call it slow love, okay? This is fast, furious, fearful love. This is slow love, right? And here, there's stages. You set the pace, you set the speed, so it's slow. You have standards, okay? And you date for long-term success, not short-term gratification. I need it now, I'm starving, okay? You're patient. And it's a very different way of dating. It's the way secure people date. A lot of you ladies have met secure men, and because they take their time with you get rid of them. You push him away. Why? He's not interested. He's boring. He's like taking his time. No, girl. He's just respecting you. He didn't try to have sex with me. Are you kidding? He's respecting you. Like, no. You guys get very triggered when a man is secure and he takes his time seeing you. He waits days to see you. He doesn't try to see you every day. He's not pushy. These guys, the potentials, they either rush it, they're completely avoidant. They go too fast. They want to see you all the time, text you all the time. This is not good. You need to create space. You need to date in a healthy way. And when you date in a slow way, you're able to consciously choose a partner. I teach you this in my group coaching program, Segura. I teach you, one, how to get secure within yourself, how to date slow, the feminine attraction system, right? How to create that slow love. With space, with standards, with stages, space, standards, and you date for success, basically long term. And when you do that, you're able to consciously choose a partner. How do you consciously choose a partner? You choose a partner with your logic, not your emotion. You choose a partner with your mind, EQ and IQ, okay? Secure women, secure men, they choose partner based on compatibility, character, connection, consistency, and commitment. So I teach you the art of conscious choosing, okay? How to choose a man on character, compatibility, consistency, connection, and commitment. In the feminine attraction system, if you feel very secure and you're like, Anabell, I just need to learn how to date securely, get the feminine attraction system. Now, that's what that program is for, okay? And I'm so excited about that program because I feel for a lot of you guys are secure, but you just don't know how to date a man. When you date a man like that, you will attract masculine partners, okay? You attract secure partners and you create secure attachment within yourself. There's two ways to create secure attachment, okay? You date a secure partner and they teach you, this is secure relationships, girl. And he checks it. He is a leader and he gets you secure, okay? Or you get secure and then you choose a partner. In Segura, I teach you, it's called Segura, it means secure, okay? What I love about Segura is it stands for confident, certain, and safe. Such a beautiful word, right? But if you feel already like, no, I feel like I'm full, I just need the feminine attraction system, I just need to learn how to date securely, the way secure people date, so that I can attract a secure partner and consciously and choose a partner really well, get the feminine attraction system, okay? But if you feel like, Anabell, I feel that I date fast, I go fast, I chase the guy, I'm choosing guys with potential. These are the guys you described. That is exactly me. I want to invite you into my group coaching program called Segura. It launches this month in July 2024. So depending on when you're listening to this, I want to invite you into this program, okay? But if you're feeling like, oh, I still need help, it's feeling really difficult, then you need to work on your inner self. Your cup isn't full. And that's what I help women do. I help you build secure attachment in my group coaching program, Segura. It's a 6-month program. Click below to get on the wait list. I'm so excited. This is going to be a very intimate group of women. And it's community. The curriculum is a conscious choosing curriculum. And we have weekly group coaching calls, and we have curriculum, and we have the private community. It's so amazing. And I'm really, really excited. This is the program of my dreams. Like, this is the program I've been waiting to launch forever. I wanted to do this back in 2020. Now I feel so beautifully secure. And one of the ways that I've done that is with my spiritual connection with Jesus. It is the foundation of secure attachment. What you just need to be secure is to create your own love and security within yourself. This is understanding your value. This is raising your standards. This is knowing your worth. This is understanding your purpose here on earth, understanding what you bring to this world, understanding why you're here, understanding where you're from. When you know these things, you completely love yourself, and you feel very, very secure. And I'm sharing this because I really want you to know that security is learned, and it comes from relationships. You can learn it in my presence with me as your coach. A lot of us didn't have this as children from our moms and dads. I didn't. I had to learn it. I had to get it through years and years of therapy and church and all this stuff. But this program is specifically designed for a woman like you, who is strong, independent, smart, successful. You have everything else going on. The only thing you don't have is a man, and you're realizing that all you pick is men with potential that have the security but don't love, but don't offer that security and the respect. You can't rely on him. You can't depend on him. You end up losing respect for him, and your guys' relationships fall apart, right? These relationships make you either do a lot of work, right? You feel unloved, you feel underloved, you feel overwhelmed, you feel tired, overworked. I always talk about this in my marketing. And and it's simply because you don't have that true sense of love and security, but it can be taught. It's a skill. It's wonderful. One of the other wonderful things about it is you start to really master your feminine energy. When you are securities in a woman, confidence and love and security in a woman is true femininity. It's feminine design. And when you love yourself and you feel very secure, you are able to fall back and step into your femininity and relax and let a man lead. One of the reasons that you're not able to do that is to be in your feminine and to let a man lead is because you don't feel secure with the guy. You don't trust him. You get defensive. A lot of my clients, they get the guy, and then when they get the guy, they sabotage it because they don't feel secure without a man, and then they don't feel secure with a man. They end up pushing him away because your body's not used to relying on somebody, because when you were younger in the past, relying on somebody left you alone and deserted and unloved, and you didn't get what you needed, right? So a lot of us have this very disorganized relationship with men. And it's so unfortunate because we push away some amazing, amazing men that together your relationship can be this place where you both can heal and just be so good together. And they're supposed to be transformational. They're not supposed to be transactional. When you are in attachment, you're literally just going there to get what you need. It's very transactional. When you are secure, you go there to serve and to love. Serving is different than giving. Okay, here you're like, I'm going to give him my success so I can get love. I'm going to give him my body so I can get love. I'm going to give him my follower, whatever. I'm going to cook. I'm going to give them my brain. I'm going to give them my presence so I can get love. Here, it's not about that. It's about genuine service. Somebody asked me that on Instagram today because I made a post, and a woman said, what do you mean by serving a man? And I said, oh, it's such a great question. Giving is different than serving. Giving is like give, take. I want something back. It's very manipulative. It's very transactional. It's like you're buying something, and it's an objectification, and you feel used, right? And in business, that's fine. In business, that's the point of it. It's value for value, right? But in relationships, it's when you're secure, it's like, I love you so much, and I love me so much, and I think you're such a great person that when I'm with you, I just want to just love you and come from a place of overflow. And it's a service that you give because they're such a great person. You just love everything about them. You encourage them. You want them to be more themselves. You want them to be happy. You want them to win. I'll never forget. I remember when I used to date, this was in my 20s, and I dated this guy, and I think he got like a promotion. Something happened at work, and he was so happy, and I was like jealous. Low key, I was jealous. I couldn't be happy for him. His success made me feel I was straight up jealous. I could not be with a successful guy because I didn't feel successful in myself. And I wasn't at the time. I wasn't living out my purpose. That I was like low-key jealous. And a lot of us, when you're not secure when your man is successful, when he's alone, when he goes out with his buddies, you fall apart. And you want to be able to be confident when he's away, feminine when you're together, right? You're good, and I'm good if he's away. Nothing bad's gonna happen. But when you don't have that, when you need him there because you're insecure, the moment he leaves, you fall apart and you get angry. And then I would get low-key upset I remember getting upset with my husband when he would leave somewhere and come back. I'd be mad and he'd be like, I just went to the store to get milk, Anabell. Like, what? You're tripping. I was so needy. And it was because I didn't have any sense of security about myself. You need that to have a successful relationship. Otherwise, a guy feels like he's your everything and it's too much pressure. We can't put that pressure on somebody. We need to build dependence, right? There needs to be both. And so if you're watching this and you're in feminine attraction, you're in the feminine attraction system, I want you to enjoy it. Follow the steps of allowing him to pursue you, allowing him to give to you, to be challenged, to win. These are all secure ways of dating. If you want to learn how to date, how to be with a man and create a slow burn instead of that fast and furious spark into a flame, that's attachment. When you learn how to date in a slow burn way, you create more secure attachment with yourself and with men. You would start attracting masculine men. This is why I created this program. I'm so excited for you to have it. And if you're already in the program, enjoy it. And if you find yourself noticing that it feels really, really hard to do, that you don't allow a man to be attracted to you and him come to you, if it's hard for you to create that challenge with the space, with the feminine standard staircase, right? If it's really hard for you to receive, if it's really hard for you to, there's 5 ways to create space you'll see in the program. And if it feels really hard, there's more insecurity within you, yeah. And I invite you into Segura. When you join in July, it's the lowest price it'll ever be, okay, ever, because it's my beta, it's my first round, my first group, my first cohort of women. It's going to be very, very well priced. It's a 6-month program, and you get lifetime access to all the curriculum in the program when you join. And you're going to get the bonus of I'm going to have a fall event called Segura in a Day in the fall, and you get free access to it when you are the first cohort of this program. And then if you pay in full for the program, then you get a full 75-minute session with me, one-on-one strategy session to get you really clear on where you are, so that I can get you really clear and focus on what you really need to focus on in the program. So if this is something that you're interested in, please join the wait list below. Depending on where the program is, if we're enrolling at this time, if this is 2024 and you're buying the program, it's going to be a live program that I'm unrolling all the content live. And then after that, it'll be a curriculum that you can join probably anytime. It'll always be open for enrollment. But right now in summer 2024, this is the first group, and I'm doing the content as live with this first group of women. So I would love to have you in the program. This program is for you if you're single, strong, independent, successful, and you find yourself dating these guys with potential, turning a spark into a flame. If you don't feel good and secure and loving, independent of a man, if you're always thinking about them, if you're always in need of a guy, and when relationships fall apart or break up, you just fall apart, you need to build that true sense of security, of self-love. That's why the program is called Segura. So I would love to have you in the program. Click below and please DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. I hope you can see that the reason you've been choosing these guys and relationships haven't been successful is because you've been subconsciously attaching guys, okay? Attaching to them from a place of fear, from a place of automatic behavior, and it's from a place of scarcity and a place of lack. And what you need to be doing is connecting to men from a place of full love and security. And you do that when you're securely attached. You have that slow burn love relationship, the way of dating a guy. It's not fast and furious, right? It's slow and loving and wonderful. And then you're able to consciously choose a partner from character, compatibility, consistency, connection, and commitment. Very, very different. Here, it's just chemistry. It's just compliments. It's just comfort. You're not choosing a guy. You almost feel like they chose you, or you're chasing after a guy. Totally different. These relationships are so different. And what's great is you become even more secure when you have a secure relationship. It's so beautiful. I invite you. If you have any questions, please let me know below. If you get on the wait list for the program, you'll be the first to know when the program is available to join, because it's going to be a small cohort. I want to keep it very intimate. You'll be given first access to join. The whole world won't know. Only VIP people on the wait list will know first, and you get special pricing. You get VIP early bird pricing to join, okay? Big benefits. I always do this when I have a program. To me, it's really important for you guys who are on the list and you guys are VIP members. You guys get first access always. So please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful. I can't wait to see you next week.